Look, I think by virtue of the fact that we all work in television, we do have this ability to insert ourselves in stories and to always bring it back to us. Some do it more subtly than others, which does bring me to you, Lordo.
No.
Now, you're good. Man, you are good, right? But I never thought you'd be able to insert yourself or your football career or your cricket career in an online ad for a panel-beating company. This is Lordo talking about his favourite family car.
So we had Fords in our family, so I know that we had a red Ford Falcon.
Nice.
And I remember my dad loves his sport, and I remember one day that don't want to bring it back to me all the time. I've hooked a 6, land on the bonnet of his car.
Oh, no.
The dent, he was such a great story. Dad didn't take the dent out. He's kept the dent in the red Ford Falcon just where he could tell. And the person who bought it off us, my dad, I'd started playing a few games of AFL footy. They kept the dent in as well to be able to say it's from a Matthew Lloyd 6.
What's wrong with you?
You are good.
Just a bit of content.
What about half shot? Surprise. Come on, Arse. You need to pull him up.
My pies were looking good there.
Really, that's what I thought. Just a few push-ups before you did that story. Well, there's one person in the media that's on an absolute warpath, because we saw Mediocre last week and Brownie highlighted something that Liam Pickering said.
As Travis Boak wins the toss and kicks to the city end, so as we've suspected, that'll be the scoring end. And he's kicked the right way, Power fans.
It's kind of rosy. And so what has happened, he's that flat about this. He has been on an
Liam Pickering?
absolute warpath to try and find out where this audio was discovered. Let's have a listen to his show on Off the Bench yesterday.
See, there was some finger pointing going on. I don't get touchy about that stuff. I think it's great. But I just want to know who internally is leaking. I want to know how it ended up in Nathan Brown's grubby little fingers. That's what I want to know.
So is it getting big on you? Are you starting to feel the pressure on Mediocre? Is it getting big on you, Brownie?
No, and they actually think that we stole Mediocre off them. We actually stole it off Media Watch when you watch our program.
Oh, well, that makes it better.
It's like a carbon copy of that.
Will you reveal your sources?
Absolutely not. No, if you give me something for Mediocre, and plenty of media people and journalists out there are giving me stuff, it goes to the grave. I do not give them out.
Are there some people that are untouchable? Are there some people now on Mediocre that you refuse to touch?
You're scared?
No.
You are
I
scared?
think I've gone everybody so far.
Is it
I've gone
getting
Eddie,
big
I've gone Gary, I've gone Brian, I've gone all the touchy ones.
My information is that there was some material put to you today, and you said no, I'm not touching that
Luke
person.
Darcy.
No.
No.
There was... I was offered some more Tim Watson stuff, which I said no to.
Why?
But Tim, every week you want Tim in there. I can't put him in every week. Sometimes I've just got to say no. You run your own agenda about Tim Watson. Okay?
I do not say
we're rid of the news again. Well done. You can't kick him when he's down.
He's turned that round.
I do not urge you to go Tim Watson, but if you want to, just go for your life.
And now, Kane, you have cashed in big time in the last 12 months with the football game, the Carlton draft game, and also the boxing.
Yeah.
You were even
Should have
paid
given some back for the fight.
He was even paid $7,500. Oh, no, that was off record, sorry. We'll cut that bit out later on. No, that didn't happen in the end. Anyway, so with that, he's got money to look after his son. Right, Eddie's ready to drive. And rather than what you do is you chip in half. Say, Eddie, if you've got, say, 10 grand, I'll put in 10 grand and match it. But Kane bought him a car worth $2,000. I feel the kid, here it is. Like, I'm really worried. I'm really worried for him. So it's a Mazda. And this is the specs of it. We've investigated the worry for Eddie when he's on the road. You know, it goes from 0 to 60 in 3.5 minutes. There is an oil leak. You've got to admit that. That is true, there's an oil leak. Perfect last car for an elderly. And this was Eddie on Hindley Street yesterday, driving his new car. So here's Eddie, Corns, Kane. Not worried about him.
Yeah, we got it serviced because it had been sitting in a driveway, and Eddie's driven it out of the car dealership, and literally 3 minutes later he texted me and said, Dad, I don't think this car goes above 35. Disaster. Disaster.
So there's been a few times, Kane, where you've accused me of plagiarism, and I'm happy to cop that. But you yourself have got a bit bit of an issue with plagiarism. Particularly, I'm happy for you to go like a proper analysis show, but when you start copying comedy shows on a Sunday night, it's just a bit much.
Now, Isaac Rankin, we love Isaac Rankin. We love him in the midfield.
Same with Rankin, playing midfield.
See, Parrish is his man here.
Him versus Parrish.
You know what? That ball's gone inside 50. I might just go out here on my own.
Rankin peels off for the outlet, easy ball.
Who ends up with the ball?
Who bobs up and kicks a goal from the top of the goal square?
We love Isaac Rankin. Not so much when he defends.
You want to play midfield, Isaac? You got to defend. Apologies to Moons. I didn't see that, but Moons had it first. I did go with that. I didn't know that he'd gone with it as well. So, two good Moons, good analysis.
It just seemed very coincidental that 7 different...
Yeah, TJ, I'm not sitting up watching bounce. I'm footied out.
He is the best. He is the
I'm footied out on Sunday night, so I didn't see it, but he had it first and it was good,
It's been
good
an
analysis.
issue 3 of us have noticed on the panel about you, and you're very critical of Damo.
I don't think
Kane,
that's on the rundown.
and me at times, but when it comes to this man here, there is no criticism ever. And when Lordo thinks something's funny, like he did last week, and you were very upset about it, it's funny now because Lordo thinks it's funny. So
What are you getting at?
Well, I just feel like you play favourites, and you've got one favourite here, and you're scared to criticise him, but you're more than happy to barrel him and the man
We've all
down the
got
end.
a favourite son, as we know with Kane, so that's fine.
Actually, mate, I don't deny it. He's number 1 on this panel. You, we can do without, mate. You, fine. I mean, aren't you being courted by Fox or something at the moment? Right, fine, no worry. Damo, you can stay. But Lordo, you're here for life. We are going to take a break. That took an ugly turn, Nathan. I don't know why you
Getting a
did
bit
that.
nasty here this morning.
Well, why did he do that? It's not even on the rundown.
That's true though.
Ad-libbing.
Don't try to do that, Nathan.
Well, TJ, 2 weeks ago, Nathan Brown told an extraordinary story on this particular program of his little, shall I say, scuffle with a quokka. And then last week, the man who sits to his right wanted to one-up him and told an even more extraordinary story about a fight with an animal.
So we took the best 30 boys in the country to South Africa, and there was lion cubs with the mother lion. So I squat down next to a cub. Next minute, I'm feeling 120 kilos on my back, and I thought it was someone playing a joke. Next minute, it's the mother on my back. I've given it an elbow to the mouth. No, then it's squeezing the life out of my stomach, and I'm pulling the whatever the paws or whatever you want to call them off. Next minute,
Thank you, David Attenborough.
I go to lunge forward, and it just goes boom, rip my singlet off my back, scratches all down my back.
No.
You elbowed the lion,
Lion, yeah.
and then you fought the lion.
I fought the
Tough
lion,
guy.
and I live here to tell the story. So how brave am I?
Sounds like he's been mauled, but there's nothing left of him.
It's amazing he's alive. It's dramatic stuff. It's harrowing. I can't imagine what it was like psychologically. Gary Lyon picked it up on the Footy Show within a couple of hours of it happening at the time.
Matthew Lloyd is in South Africa with the AIS AFL Academy squad. He jumped into a lion den with cubs, lion cubs, and a larger than average lion cub. That's not funny. Has jumped on his back and ripped his back. So Matthew Lloyd attacked by a lion, but he is okay.
So it's extraordinary. We've got a 120-kilo beast on his back. He's had claws and paws and whatever else you said. You're being suffocated, basically. The air being squeezed out of you. Now, I need to give a warning. We have now got vision of this, or expect us a still shot vision. If you are squeamish, you need to look away. This is the genuine photo taken moments after the mauling.
Is that it?
That's the photo, Brownie.
Hang on, where is it?
This is the mauling.
That's a boil. No. That's been a scratch.
You rubbed up against a bush.
You made it sound like... You made it sound like...
Well, who doesn't embellish it?
Come on, Lord.
Of all the people on this panel, I thought you weren't going to go down that
My
path.
singlet was ripped. There was nothing wrong with it. Look, my singlet's fine too.
The singet's fine.
Could you at least even say it used to have sleeves on it or something? Or-
It did happen.
Lord, come on. Let's be honest. A tabby cat jumped on you. Well, I apologise to your family, Matthew.
I'm sorry.